Hello tankers, I'm James with Motion RC and I'm excited for this video today because we've got 4 M5A1 Stewarts on the table before you. This is a new tank coming from Coolbank, which is a new brand of tanks available at Motion RC, and I'm excited. Now, all these tanks on the table that you see, these are just different livery options. All 4 are going to come with the same features. They're going to come with the same accessories and bits. So we'll only show you one unboxing and a bit of the assembly. But whether you like the Western European theater, the Pacific Theater, Marine Corps, or just a base olive drab or a weathered green, those are the options available to you in this awesome World War II light tank series. The Stewart in real life, a little smaller, a little more nimble than the Sherman tank, but again, a great option for the Allied forces throughout World War II. Light, nimble, quick, and pretty cool to see it as an RC model. So now, just going through the unboxing real quick, when you pull this out of the box, you're going to see it comes pretty much all, set up. You don't have to put any of the motor or anything like that. You're just going to have to do a lot of work with the accessories. You're going to see it comes with a lot of different accessory sets, and the manual itself is going to lay them out nicely of where to place everything. You will want to use a little adhesive glue. I used Beacon Foam Tack for mine. I like that glue because it's malleable, but yet it will hold all the parts on, but the beauty is it's not permanent. If you ever wanted to peel that off, it won't ruin the plastic on the tank. You could peel it off very easily and, fix any errors you might make when putting things on, but it'll take a little time to work your way around the tank and get all the detail parts on. All the handles for all the hatches on the tank, all the little accessory bits, the ammo that goes on it, the hooks underneath. Like, there's a lot of little working out to do when you put it together, but all around it comes beautifully. You get a nice transmitter. I really dig the transmitter that Coolbank uses. It resembles an old ham style radio, if you will. Looks like something out of World War II era technology, but it's got all the features that you'd expect to see on any RC tank, and we'll go over them a little later on in this video. It comes with a battery. You got a 1500 milliamp lithium ion battery, and it comes with a charger as well, which is a USB charger. The only thing you'll have to provide is the transmitter will require 4 AA batteries, so that's the only thing you'll need to get this baby going. You also do get some oil. These models do have an exhaust smoke feature on them, so there's a little pump inside that you can refill with oil, so they do give you some refillable oil, which is nice. But as far as that goes, they're really awesome for their size and scale. And remember, these are 16 scale, so these are going to pair nicely with your Sherman tanks, with your, German Panzers and your Tigers and things like that. It's going to be another great addition, or accoutrement, as my boss likes to say, to your World War II tank battlefields. Whether you want to use them, at an actual RC tank battlefield, or you just want to have them on your shelf for decoration, you can't go wrong at the price of these Coolbank tanks. But let's quickly go into the features that all these Stewarts share. The M5A1 Stewart comes with the realistic VVSS suspension system. That's what I love about these types of tanks, like the Henlong Shermans and some of the other Shermans. They use that VVSS suspension system, and you can see it clearly done here, and done really well for such a small tank. This model does come with LED lights, so you're going to see them on the headlights when you turn it on, but also, remember, these models from Coolbank, they don't feature a BB shooting system or an IR system. So in lieu of that, they did put a light down the barrel of the cannon. So when the cannon recoils, you're going to see that light come on and off. And also, you'll get some lights when the machine guns fire. But all around, nice to see some LED lights. One of the great features about the Coolbank models that some of the other brands of tanks we carry don't have is you got full 360-degree turret rotation. So I know that's an important feature that I'd like to see on some of the other tanks. But you get it here, which is nice. That barrel will spin around as much as you want it to and not affect anything on the inside, which is just a nice feature and a nice little addition for a tank at this price. As I spoke earlier, you do have the smoke unit and the exhaust effect, and I'll show you a little later on in this video how easy it is to load up some more smoke if yours runs out. But it's a really nice detail that all tanks have, and it just gives it that little extra scale goodness. Going back to the transmitter, it is a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter with a lot of great features, and as I said, I like the style of it. It has all the same features as other brand transmitters that come with other tanks, but I just dig the World War II-ish kind of look to them. They look old school, but they are more than capable to power up these tanks and do everything you need them to do. As far as the tank itself, again, you're getting metal and plastic construction. Obviously, the top is going to be all plastic around the top, but on the bottoms, you got some metal in there. But for the most part, these aren't the rugged type of tanks. You're not going to be traversing crazy terrain on these. You're going to do better on these on more flatter surfaces, sand and dirt. You really don't want to traverse too much. That's not what they're built for. They're not the most durable compared to other lines. If you want more durability, that's when you're going to take a step up in the brand. But if you're looking for something fun to play with at a great price, you can't beat these. And then again, you're getting all the detail parts and accessories. You're going to see me here. It took me about 20 minutes per tank, maybe 30 minutes, because I was also trying to film it as I was building them. But you're going to use a little adhesive. I like to use Beacon foam tack to put all the pieces on, but just follow the manual. The manual's really well done, step-by-step pictures of where everything goes, and all the parts themselves are labeled nicely as you cut them out of the plastic. So just take your time, work your way around each tank, and you should have no problem getting them on. But I really dig a lot of the accessories. Nice tools on the back. I love all the little handles, and it just really takes the basic when you pull it out of the box and really, you know, it jazzes it up with some nice scale detail. And then remember, at Motion RC, we also sell more tank accessories that are 16 scale, so you can further dress these bad boys up however you like. So that'll do it for the features of the Stewarts. Let me plug one in and just show you around. So I'm going to move a couple of these to the side. This is, again, our Western European. We got our Pacific. We've got our base green model. And then I'm going to get working on the weathered green model. I think this one's my favorite. I don't know why. It's got a little weathering compared to the more base olive drab. I kind of dig this one myself, but again, your choice on which one you want to go with. So we got our battery, we got our transmitter. I've already placed 4 AA batteries in the back. This piece actually comes in a baggie and you plug it in, but it makes it easy to load the 4 AA batteries in. You just slide that in nicely, and then that locks into place like so. We're ready to go. As far as loading the battery in this tank, my battery did come installed. So when I opened the tank, you know, I took this out, charge it up. So you come in the back, and there's a hatch on the back. So you just you could turn this by hand. You don't need to have it turned on, but nice magnets on this hatch too, which I like. All the hatches seem to have magnets on these Coolbank tanks, but you just plug this in. And then honestly, you could sort of have it live there, because the charger, you could just, you know, you could just unplug it and charge it, you know, while it's there in the tank. But press that down, so it fits nicely with the magnets. That's going to hold nicely, so that's beautiful. Now that's there. Now you want to find the on-off switch, which on this tank is going to be underneath back here, if you can see it. So that's where we're going to turn the tank on and off. So now your battery's plugged in, but before you turn the tank on, turn on the transmitter. You'll see your green light flash, and now we're going to turn the tank on, and you can see the tank immediately binds up, and you can see the lights are not flashing in the front, they're on. But one thing you'll notice, nothing happens on your transmitter yet. That's because you have to arm it, and that's what this lock button, this key button is here on the transmitter. When I push that, that diesel engine starts up, and you can hear it now. We have access to our tank. So as far as the working functions of the tank, forward on the right will make the tank go forward. Reverse will make the tank go reverse. You have proportional control, so the lighter you push, the slower it'll go. And there's also a power function. I'll show you what you could really slow that down a bit. Right will turn the tank right, left will turn the tank left. And then the turret, again, 360 turret traverse on this tank. So that's pretty cool. And then when you go up and down, you have the ability to control the barrel. Now right away, you can see the smoke unit starts out on. There's an S switch here that if I push that, the smoke will come off. But right now, you can see some of the smoke comes out the back, which is cool. Now when I push the S button on the transmitter, that smoke unit will power off and the smoke will stop. Now, as far as some of the other features on the transmitter itself, the M button is going to mute the tank, and you can hear, now you can hear the smoker. I turn the smoker off, so the smoker's now off. So now if you want to turn the lights on and off, the switch at the top left, the F4 switch, that'll turn the lights on or off, up to you how you want it. The two middle switches, as far as this goes, don't do anything. This one would be for some models actually have a working winch, and they put it on this switch, but this model doesn't. None of the Stewarts do. The F2 switch is a vehicle selector switch. You could actually put two other models on here if you wanted to. Right now it's bound up to where it is, so I just leave it where it is. It seems to be, though, it doesn't matter what position the switch is, the tank will still work. But if you bind it up to other tanks, so you could have three Shermans, basically, three Stewarts running from one switch if you wanted to, or other types of Coolbank tanks. And then the switch on the right is the interesting one. This is the power option. So when this switch is up, which is where you should have at the start, you'll see it's pretty powerful. When we run this outside, you can see it moves pretty quickly. Even the video this thing was doing was drifting around. They had it drifting, which is way unscaled, but pretty cool. But if you move this switch down, it actually lowers the power on the tank. And it makes it, there's like a whine on it, but it moves a lot slower and dumbs it down a little bit. And you can even play with those features more if you go into the advanced positions of the manual. With a lot of selecting different buttons, you can tame down your tank like you can on some other higher price tank models as well. But I kind of like that right off the bat on a switch, you could lower that power if you want. Now on the back, you have two more switches. One is going to be for your machine gun. Oh, I have the sound off. Let's turn the sound back on. So the sound is back on. If I push this button, you've got the machine gun sound, and the machine gun itself will light up. And then the other side is the barrel recoil, and you'll see the light fire when it fires. So the barrel itself, again, can move up and down. On this model, though, if you push the C button, you can actually lock the barrel in place. It just locks it, and then it won't work. So just if you see your barrel not going up and down, push that C button, and it unlocks it, and then you'll have the ability to bring it up and down. But all around, super duper cool. I'm impressed by these Stewarts. So taking them outside, you're going to see that these models are really quick and really fast. You know, with the high power mode, you know, again, when we got the video from the vendor themselves, you know, they sent us a video and they were doing drifts in it. So I had to run them around a little bit unscale. But with the proportional controls, you could bring it down to a more scale manner for a light tank. But all around, super cool. So whether you go with the weathered green version, the regular green version, or the Pacific Marines, or the Western European version, really cool and a great addition to just an overall tank. What I really love about Coolbank, you know, adding them is they have other tanks that the other brands don't offer. And that seems to be the going thing with all these tank brands, is a lot of them really don't try to make tanks that other companies are making, which is great for you, the consumer, because there's so many options now. We have 6 brands available, from Coolbank to Henlong to Tongde to Mato to Tamiya to Toro, and they all have their own little quirks and differences with some of the tanks. But for the most part, it seems like almost every tank made is almost available at this point in 16 scale. So they're all going to look great together when you have them on your tank battlefields, or even just on your shelf at home if you're a war buff and you want to collect some of these awesome tanks. But that's going to do it for us here, guys. I hope you enjoy the Stewart from Coolbank. Again, all the different variants, nice and fun model, and again, super small. It's the smallest 16 scale tank I've seen yet, and I dig it because of its size. Really fun, a great introductory tank for somebody. If you're somebody who doesn't want to spend a lot on your first tank, then definitely start here with the Coolbank line. See how you like it, see how you like detailing it and you know, playing around with it, and then you could always advance yourselves. But for the most part, these are awesome. I have a link to each one of these tanks individually in the description down below. I also have a link to the entire Coolbank line of RC tanks down below. And I'll even put a link down there for all of our tanks. If you want to find any other brands, you can just click that link, and that again is going to be in the description. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It always helps with the YouTube algorithms. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, I'd ask you to please subscribe, because we're always releasing new content for all the new cool stuff that we have available at motionrc.com. But that's the place you want to go if you really want to help us out. Head over to motionrc.com and pick up your next RC favorite. Whether it's tanks, planes, cars, trucks, boats, you name it, we got it at Motion RC, and we thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.